All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Duval. Man, that voice is
I hear it.
shot already, baby. But I'm here. It's Victory Monday day. I got an excuse. I had COVID last week, so I'm coming back.
Okay, good.
I'm not contagious. I'll stay down to my end of the table.
Appreciate
by the way, nevertheless, I hope those victories are contagious. I hope we can all have many games where we look and go, man, Jags were just kind of all right. 1 by 10 on the road in the division. All right, we'll take it, man. I hope we're not that spoiled, Tony, that we're not celebrating Victory Monday today because it wasn't, what the Dallas Cowboys did to the New York Giants last night.
It would have been fun if it was, the Colts game here early in the season again last year, right? The 24-0 shutout. That would have been cool. I think we all would have taken that kind of thing. It's not what happened yesterday, right? The offense. We can talk about some of the issues, right, with the play calling, Dave, with the short yardage stuff, especially during that game yesterday. The defense came to play. They shut down that Colts team yesterday. And I'm not saying this is a Colts team that threatened you in a bunch of different ways, but you go back and look, they hold the Colts to 3 of 17 on 3rd and 4th down, 1 of 5. On 4th downs in that game yesterday. What an effort from a defense on a day where you weren't much better in your efficiency on offense for the Jags going against this Colts defense, but they got the effort they needed to get from their defense yesterday to allow them the opportunity to win by 10 on the road in the division in week 1. Like, there's a lot to be happy about coming out of it with the win that you got.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's what really makes you a good team is when one side of your team is operating the way that you want them to operate, but somebody else picks up the slack. And that's what we need. We need to have a team that if somebody's not on their A game one day or in the second half, your defense can step up, make some plays, and make a ton of plays. And offense, you can see what we have, the way we came out and the way we were getting the ball to Calvin. Man, I don't know what happened and why we stopped giving him the ball, but we need to give him the ball 10 times every half because that dude is ridiculous. And ETN, the way he made that block and the way he was running with the ball, a lot of good things to take from this game, a lot of things they can work on, but you always want to work on things after a win.
Yeah, no doubt. And it was shocking to me, honestly, some of the reaction I got when they gave up the second touchdown, right? That little screenplay, and Michael Pittman goes, la, 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 la.
They lost leverage. It was a really bad play.
It was a terrible play. Yeah. But up until that moment, I thought the defense had been playing really well. Yeah. And so I posted that, and people were like, what game are you watching? This defense has been terrible. This is the same. Here, I'm reading literal responses in real time. You're watching a different game because this defense is the same awful defense of the last 3 years. Quarterback's got all day to throw. Okay, here's how the first half went. Up until the point that I posted this, 3 and out, gave up a touchdown, 4 and out, gave up a first down on penalty and got a turnover on the next play, ended the half with a sack. Those are all the drives that occurred right up until the moment I posted that, and you think they're the same terrible defense that they've been in the past? Now, Indy's not the toughest offensive challenge they'll face. But I thought, Dave, they made a concerted effort. Let's get the ball out of Anthony Richardson's hands as often as possible, as quickly as possible. Let's not make anything too complex. Give these deep drops. Give the pass rush a time to get on him. And I thought there were just occasions where Anthony Richardson's a physical freak, and they got around him and got hands on him. He threw that one left-handed as he's falling down. Like, that's a sack. No, it's not. It's a completed pass, So you got to give a little credit where it's due, but I thought the defense really played well yesterday.
I mean, I did too. I thought they harassed him. I thought they did a great job in the run game. They did what I felt like we wanted to see them do. Now, other offenses, they're going to make plays. They got people that get paid too. Mm-hmm. Anthony Richardson can run the heck out of the ball, and he's got a super strong arm, so he can make 2 or 3 throws here and there, and they get down there in scoring range. That's going to happen. But the way they played throughout the game and when we need it the most, at the end of the game, and we come up with a huge interception, like those are the things that you're looking for, especially week 1 when everybody's trying to get into the flow of the season. It's the start. Everybody's excited, a lot of energy, all those kind of things. And we're on the road in a place where it's, historically been tough for us to win. So I thought, like you said, Mike, I thought they played their butts off.
Well, and you create pressure. You put it on yourself when you have plays like Trevor having 3 guys in his face, finding the hot read.
Yeah.
And Tank, I don't know why he jumped when he did on the play, right? But he's in the air. The ball bounces off his hands. It gets intercepted. And the defense comes on the field and says, no. Like in those kind of moments, those were the kind of things the defense was doing in that game yesterday. In the moments where it felt like it can get away from them.
Yes.
The defense stood up and said, no. Like we're going to take the back, be on the back of our guys on the other side of the ball. They're not having the kind of day that I think we're expecting them to have week to week. They didn't have it offensively yesterday, but defensively they were making plays. Like you throw that interception and the defense comes on the field and says, so what?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like when you have those kind of things happening in a game, when you have maybe the flukiest play of the season in week 1 with 2 fumbles on the same play that results in a touchdown for the Colts to give them the lead. It happened, right? Like there's no debating whether or not it happened. It happened. The Colts score 14 points in that quarter as a result of it. But even with that going on, the defense continued after that. It was like, no further, right? We're giving no quarter to this, right? The offense at some point is going to make a play. Jamal Agnew at some point is going to make a play. Like all those things came into play for this football team. In the end, it's a 10-point win on the road in the division in week 1. That's a good win for this football team.
Man, if you haven't been around here in the last few years, if we can't be happy about a win like this.
I think most people are.
And I think probably because our expectations are higher, which they should be.
Yeah.
And so we're expecting a lot of this team. There was a point in the game where you felt like the offense, in the first half especially, kind of had it figured out. And Trevor was on point, and everybody was doing their thing. And then something happened when they came out from halftime, and it just bogged down a little bit more. And we weren't making the plays that we should have been making. But like I said, when we needed it, somebody stepped up and made plays. We have had plenty of times around here where nobody would step up and somebody would make the exact opposite play of what we needed by giving the game away.
That return by Agnew was huge, momentum-wise. But that catch by Zay Jones in the end zone was it may go down as a catch of the year for the Jags. When it's all said and done, you just don't know that's how good it was.
Yes.
To pull that in with one hand and not have it bobble at all, to drag the knee inbounds.
I mean, he's literally on the edge of being out of bounds while catching, extending out, almost horizontal for a ball to bring in with one hand and stay in bounds at the same time and get his knee down and then get his hand and elbow. I mean, that was just phenomenal.
I thought the Ingram catch where he went over Baker, just plucked it, he kind of mossed him a little bit on that play. Was amazing. The Bigsby run. Bigsby had not an auspicious debut up until late in the game.
The best start.
Right? The ball goes off his hands, gets picked, then he sits there and recovers the fumble, but he thinks it's an incomplete pass.
Those are all rookie things, there.
and the guy just slaps it out of his hands. But that run where, he's going to get stopped for a gain of 1 or 2. Wait a minute, the whole play. And I know
carried her. Now people were helping him.
Brenton Strange threw big block on there and all that. But, I mean, that just showed you the power and determination, and then to basically walk it in the end zone, and ETN puts the capper on there, and they got it done. And I mean, I'll tell you what, I thought Josh Allen was having a good game. I will admit, yesterday when they said he's got 3 sacks, I'm like, wait a minute.
I was checking all of them. Right, he's just chasing people down.
He's chasing people out of bounds. If Anthony Richardson learns you throw that ball away, then it's just incomplete. Yeah. So those are sacks, and they count. Josh Allen will happily take them.
If the Tank Bigsby interception goes on Trevor, then that goes to
credit to Josh Allen. Good point there as well. So today is a reaction Monday, a victory Monday, first of the season for the Jacksonville Jaguars. And, yes, the home opener is going to be a big one. We'll worry about that as the week goes on, though. Today is a day to look back on the performance against the Colts, good and bad, see where they can improve, but also acknowledge where they did well. Number one, outscoring the opposition and getting that 1-0 mark in the division. Everybody else in the AFC South got that big fat L. Here's an L for you and an L for you and an L for you as well. I don't see any mouthy Titan fans in my timeline this morning. All this, blah, 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 heard there, we almost beat them with Joshua Dodd, blah, 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 waited Trevor, blah, 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 and Ryan Tannehill's back. Okay, we're waiting. We are waiting. All right, if you want to get in today, 641-1010 on the All-Pro Roofing phone lines. Also on the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. You can hit us up on Twitter today at MD_1010XL, at 1010XL Fat Tony, at David Garrard 9, and at 1010XL Denmark.
Hold my pocket.
Pockets, what are you buying us for breakfast this week?
What you want?
I don't know. Something good.
All right.
That's all. Christian Watson with that big fat zero.
Yep.
Yeah.
And a torn Achilles.
Welcome to the Breakfast Bowl. Took J.K. Dobbins. Man.
You know what I got to say?
Don't be taking any Jags now if you're going to be like the kiss of death this year. Come on.
That's terrible.
That is terrible. It's terrible. When D-Rock spotted you the big fat goose egg with T. Higgins in his lineup yesterday, and he still managed to hang on and not buy us breakfast this week. All right, let's get into it. It's Reaction Monday. Hit us up on social media, on the text line, and the YouTube chat, or, of course, on the phone lines as well. David Garrard's in the house, Fat Tony, and Dylan Denmark are here. I'm Mike Dempsey. I have defeated COVID. I've crushed it underneath my boot heel, and I am back and ready to go on Victory Monday. This is Jaguars Today on 1010XL 92.5 FM.